Delco After Dark live music series. Live on. Hey, there we are, driving by the Wawa corporate offices over at Red Roof. Hey, and there's some more Wawa. Hey, going through, heading to town to... Oh, Jesus. Hey, Frank's on the show as we head by the Sterling Pig, one of the places. And hey, that's where the coffee club used to be. Ah, the memories. You know what? Hey, there's me. Hey, I'm on the show too. This is like the State Street montage. This is like the heart of Delaware County. At least we didn't get hit by the trolley or nothing because, there's the trolley. Delco After Dark opening montage. Hey, stop by the Media Theater because, hey, and then you got to go by John's. O'Connell's over in Springfield. But we just sort of parked at the 2312 because we did, hey, Pinocchio's. Got to stop by Wawa and eat off the trash can because that's what you do. Delco After Dark. Come on, join us for a little bit. Singer-songwriter series. Right here on Twitch and Facebook. Right now.
Is it dark? And are you in Delco? Because if so, have we got a show tailor-made for that exact circumstance right here for you and yours from us and us. It's Delco After Dark. Go figure. That show, that event, that Friday night tradition that you do, not really sure why, but you keep doing it and watching beyond all reason, apparently, to these guys and whomever they are able to drag on, kicking, and sometimes screaming. I mean, the screaming usually ends long before showtime, but you never know what's going to happen. Seriously, you never do, which gives it that surprise, kind of feel to it, like, ooh, what's going to happen? Hey. So let's see what surprises happen tonight on Delco After Dark.
Hey, everybody. What? Wait, where's my camera now? I'm not used to this. This is like old style. Welcome to Delco After Dark. Yes, Bobby, it is in fact green. Welcome back to the old space, the first space, the one we were happy in. Remember this? Remember this view? Remember this view back in like the days? My camera's a little off center, a little bit. But what do you expect? I feel a little off. Hey, but anyway, welcome to Delco After Dark, everybody. As you can see, we're in the office, back inside because it's friggin' cold outside and it rained all day and I had to bail out the basement, which is still drying as we speak. So instead of just bailing on the show entirely, I get it, because I was bailing and I was gonna, this is where I'd hit a sound effect. There you go. So instead of bailing on the show, I came up here and did a quick setup so I could say hi for a hot minute. No guest tonight. I hit up a couple people, and they've all got lives, which is accepted. That's acceptable. You're allowed to live in this world, and I appreciate when people come by. And there's a new scroll at the bottom, which I typed up. It's about, it would take you about, I think, 4 minutes to read it. So if you want to read it at some point, you better start, because I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this. But I thought I'd come on and give you the update on everything and say hi. I have not shared this on the Delquam site because Cavin's playing right now. And even though this is normally, dad territory, 10:30 Saturday night, I ain't getting away that crazy Irishman. So, Kevin, you go get him, boy. You go get him. Go play that guitar. Kevin plays some guitar, that boy does. So anyway, it's shit. It's shit. But yeah, back in the old space, oh my God. Like, you guys probably saw the, I might be able to put a picture of it up here. I'm able to do a little bit more production work from this space because my monitor is the size, like literally it's this big. Like you can't even see the sides of my hand, the size of the monitor. And if Lisa's around, she will let me know if the level of the vocal is good enough. It looks like I'm hitting the yellow. I don't want to go into the red, but I want to make sure that I'm heard and I can lean in. Okay, see there? Nah, big. You smell different when you're awake. But yeah, it's Alexa, what's the temperature? It's freezing. It's literally freezing on the porch. So fuck that shit. So, whatever. Maybe I'll play a tune. Let me see, what do I have on the thing? Let's begin with. Last week we had JP. Wasn't that a lot of fun? I should have cut that into 2 shows. I could have aired it this week. That would have been great. I got Band-Aid, but he got rotten egg. I got popcorn and he got rotten egg. And if you didn't catch him having to stomach that down, it was a sight. It was, I believe they call that content. It was good content for him to be sick as a dog. Final week of School of Rock at the Media Theater tonight. Another great night. Big crowd. They had 30 walk-ups. For those of you that don't know what that means, that's a pretty good thing. Most people pre-order tickets because you don't know if there's going to be enough tickets there for the show. So you want to make sure that you get there, and there's something there. So 30 walk-ups is pretty impressive. You don't normally see that sort of thing. So one more week of that, and then that's pretty much our season. And they'll come back in, I think, October or November. Will I be there? Don't know. Don't know how it's all going to work. But so if you want to come see a show at the Media Theater that I had something to do with, you got a week. You got a week. So there you go. It's also, some say it's the best show that they've ever seen at the place. Is it good? Yeah. Is it the best? I don't know. It's really good. I'm more for my favorites like Bridges in Madison County, which I could play a tune from that. There's a really pretty tune called It All Fades Away. Or Sunset Boulevard. I'm a big fan of those two. But it's very good. It's very good. I also did School of Rock before, so I'm just like, I did it before. I did it with little kids, little kids. Owen, who's been on the show before, he was our Dewey. Sup, Tara? Dewey, if you know anything about the show. Plus, this time around, he has a legitimate Epiphone SG standard, like the guitar that, Jack Black uses in the movie. So it's the same guitar, which I've probably talked about before. And it was really sweet because when I first met the actor playing Dewey, he became extremely attached to that guitar because, as one would, as the boys did when they did $1 Million Quartet, when they were Elvis and Johnny Cash. I have the Elvis guitar in the closet right back here. It's a big mustache bridge, King inlay, and what is it, like the chrysanthemum pickguard, very deep body, very Elvis looking guitar. You can literally find a picture of Elvis playing almost exact same guitar, with the exception of the cutaway. That was brought to my attention by Michael Duffy, that Elvis did not play cutaways, and I was like, no one's going to notice that, and of course, Michael did. But they wanted those guitars, the Johnny Cash one, which Dewey plays in the show for a hot minute acoustically. He plays that. And it's kind of clever. There's sort of a little clever trick with it. I'm not going to give it away if you see the show, but it's pretty cool. I might have had a little idea about that myself, but whatever. So they wanted to keep their guitars, which I was going to raffle off and be like, hey, buy a ticket. Maybe you'll win Elvis's guitar or Johnny Cash's. And Johnny Cash's is a composite Martin. It's a black composite Martin. You can throw it in a lake, pick it up, and still play it. It's going to be fine. Plus, it's a Martin. Very nice guitar. But at the end of this, they were like, at the very beginning, hey, we want those guitars. Yeah, woohoo, woohoo! I wish I had the other mixer. I could take phone calls on this. Matt Evans was going to stop by via Zoom, and I'm like, dude, we haven't done Zoom in years. I don't even remember how to do it. That's back when I had the monitor up here and stuff like that. Although maybe if I went back to Zoom a little bit, I could get more people because this is pulling teeth. Also, once more, freezing. It's weird. I have the secondary feed over here. Like I said, I'm waiting for Kevin to get done, and then I'll share it, or somebody share it on the Delco site. But I don't want it shared while Kevin's playing. So he has his full time. But so I'm seeing the delay. I can finally time out the delay. The delay looks like it's about 6 seconds. Let's check it out. 1. Yep, it's about 6 seconds. So it's something I've always wondered. I don't know about you guys. So the guys for $1 Million Quartet, they were like, we really like these guitars because number one, they're really nice guitars. Number two, I had Mike Duffy, who's in, I don't know if he's in the in the list here. I should have a little logo for him. He's a really good luthier, and he can fix up guitars very well, which, by the way, that's a whole nother story. Let me see if I can fire that up. So he fixed them. He fixed them up very, very nice. So when he did that, they really, really wanted those guitars. So I was like, well, you can, if you want to buy them from me, you can buy them from me. I charged them what I paid for them. I didn't make any like major like cash on them or anything, but but at the end of the show, they were like, nah, you know what, we can't, our girlfriends won't let us buy them. I was like, well, that's unfortunate, So I ended up with these 2 extra guitars. And keep in mind, I'm not one of those collects a lot of guitars. Despite what you might see behind me, I don't collect a lot of guitars. Each one of those serves a very specific purpose. That's a Martin G something, Mexican Martin. Still, like $1,000. But, 6-string, a lot of fun to play. And I always wanted a Martin. That was like the first one I really ever got, I think like 2014. And the 2 up there, the one that you can see with the maple leaves on it, that's a deep bowl Ovation 12-string that also that Michael had fixed up, and woohoo! And it sounds really, really, really pretty, especially because it's got that deep tone from the bowl. But the one on the wall is my ex-wife gave that to me as a present for Christmas back in 2004. It's a shallow, and that's my 12-string that I played for years and years and years. It actually has an image of the New Folk Sun in the sound hole, which I don't know if you've ever noticed it or not. It's pretty cool. And I played that for years. I was like, it's the only guitar I played for, I don't know, whenever I went to the coffee club or Nick's Roast Beef or Tipsy McStaggers or what, Papoose, or Stevens on State, or the other place across the street, or. But now I've got these 2 extra guitars because the boys weren't allowed to buy them. So yay! So when it came up this time, I knew he was going to get attached to this guitar because it's an Epiphone SG Standard. I should have a picture of it. I might be able to find a picture of it. La 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 la. Looking for a picture of an SG Standard, seeing if I've got one. Did I share it around? There. Well, I could show you. No, I'm not. I don't want to do that. I don't want to show you that. I can't seem to find. Oh wait, is that one? No, I'll just show you the picture of what it looks like with Jack Black. So that's, there you go. I'll just put it there for a hot second. He looks a little demonic in this, to be honest. But that's what do you call it? That's the traditional. Here, I'll lean on this side. That's the traditional guitar that Jack Black plays in School of Rock, and that's a Gibson, which runs about $1,500 as opposed to the 6 or the 5 it was that I paid for the Epiphone, the drop down. But honestly, I mean, the headstock looks a little different, but unless you're like a super serious fan, you're not going to notice the difference. Sup, Laura? Sup, Lise? So the cute thing is, so he plays it for a little bit, and his lady friend / fiance is guarding the kids for us. She's like a child. They call it a child wrangler. Child wrangler. That's what they call it, because there's lots of kids. And it's our Dewey's birthday coming up, or it was about a week ago. Pardon me. And she's like, I want to buy it for him. I'm like, okay, well, I got it for cost from my daughter's boyfriend Theo. I got it at cost, and got a nice case for it. So I once more, if you want it, I sold it for exactly what I bought it for, and this time he actually did buy it. So he was able to, and now he owns our Dewey. Our Dewey is playing his own guitar on that stage now. That Epiphone SG Standard, and I have to be honest, I really wanted that guitar. I bought it. I rented it to the theater. And for not nearly what I bought it for, I get a little bit of rent for every guitar I get. But when it was done, I was very happy to own that guitar because it is beautiful. The shade, you can't see it in that picture, but each thing of the wood, is just it glows differently under the light, and it just beams out. It's a super pretty guitar. It sounds really good. Everything about it's neat. It's nothing I would ever buy. I really, really wanted it, and I let it go because he has this emotional attachment to it that I don't have. I just wanted it because I thought it was really pretty and it looked pretty on the wall for the rare occasion when I put a teeny bit of lead on one of my songs, and that's it. Other than that, I don't really use that now. But on the other hand, I've rented them like 4 other guitars. My green SD Ibanez bass they have. My Joan Jett Epiphone limited edition series they have. They had my Ibanez Artcore, and they have the repaired what do you call it, black open body Ibanez Artcore that is Theo's, which sits in the back now. But look what they did to my fit the screen. Look what they did to my Joan Jett special. Check that out. So he was putting, the actor was, they used this basically as a prop at the opening of the show. So they would open the show, and he would put it on, and the strap snapped on the back or came off the plug as he was putting it on, and it fell on the headstock. Now apparently Epiphones are super, Gibsons as well, super skinny at the big ouch, super skinny at right near the headstock. So that's what happened to that. So I took it back over, and meanwhile I owned it because it was going to be thrown out from Guitar Center because it was snapped originally, but Michael repaired it with carbon fiber and got the paint very close to what it was on the back, and everything was fine. And then when it was dropped again, strangely enough, it much like a bone that it heals, it gets a little stronger where you break it. It did not break on the original brake line. It broke on an entirely new brake line, but he was able to fix it. Although the truss rod was actually bent, he had to bend it back in place. And he told me specifically, "Listen, Humpty Dumpty ain't gonna take another fall. This is it. This is it. It's not gonna. That's." So that one is back to shape. It works. It costs, I don't know, about $1.20 to bring it back into playable shape, and it looks pretty, and it does what it needs to do, which is like once more on the rare occasion when I need an electric, it's hanging on the wall, and I can pull it down, plug it into one of my Zoom processors, and throw a little bit of twang on one of these songs, which mostly is just acoustic, if you know me. But that's pretty much the saga of School of Rock. It's going to end next week. You should really see it. It's really, really good. I do not mix it, but I hear it's done rather well, and we had to get more microphones, more channels, a whole nother mixer. My TD-17 drum set, which is doing the work of Jesus up on the balcony, going rat-a-tat-tat as opposed to boom, 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 boom. Plus a whole band on stage. There's a whole band on stage, too. There's 25 actors, a band on stage, a band in the what do you call it, the orchestra. Whose idea was this? This is crazy. None of this should be working. And yet it does. Theater magic. There you go. There you go. It was lots of fun once it was running. But man, it was, woo! It was, plus we lost our A1 opening day of tech. You know who you are. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we lost our our A1 audio engineer on the very first day of tech, which, I don't know what job you do, but it ain't losing something vital on the very first day is not fun. But yeah, I'm not doing that one. And what are some of the other things? I got a popcorn machine. It's a stand up with little wheels in it and stuff, and it makes like popcorn. We were eating it last week with JP, and if I get an office someday at that theater, it's not very likely. But if it happened, I'm going to have like a little popcorn machine in the corner, because what else would you possibly have? Blair, I have the pictures of you with your action shots. You're lucky if I don't show them. I'm just going through my images here since I can do this, since I'm in the other thing. Blair needed me to take some action shots of him for something. So I have him like right here on my phone. He's like, huh? 'Cause I don't know what he's like doing, but it looks very serious. Looks very serious what he's doing. Looking through if there's anything interesting that hops out at my on my. Oh, there's a good picture. Is that a good picture? Yeah, it's not a bad picture. I'll show that one. That's this is one this is. There you go. That's the SG standard. That's the Epiphone SG standard. And I don't know if I could zoom in on it or not. But like those lines in the bottom when light hits it, it like disperses in different directions and really has a beautiful look to it. I said I really wanted that guitar, and it's nothing I would never, much like the Elvis one, I would never ever buy it. It's nothing that I would ever want. I would ever pick for myself, but well, here, as long as I'm going, listen, it's just me, so I'm going to go through some photos for a minute, since it's just something to do. This is a nerdy thing. I don't think you've ever seen this before, but I had a Star Wars collection hanging on the walls downstairs, so I brought them up at one point because they were just hanging out down there, and they're hanging out here. Here they are. Is the 1999 Star Wars figure collection, because that's how much of a nerd I am. So that's all the 1999 collection. It's the final ones before the prequels came out, all carded in order. It's ridiculous, I know. Plus a little bit of Star Trek right in the middle, which some would consider blasphemy, but that's how that works. I need a little glass of water. So, oh yes, Angus Young. Yeah, he is one of those too, doesn't he? I wasn't even thinking about that, Somebody check and see if Mr. Cavan is done over on the Delco quarantine site. If he is, please feel free to share this over there. I suppose I could do it. Okay, wait. So I would click this. Okay, and then is he still alive? I wonder if I could put him on this and watch him. That'd be kind of cool. No, I think that would destroy my bandwidth. Although I used to do that. Remember when I used to do that with what do you call it? Woodland. I used to do the Woodland string band thing. That was kind of fun. I'd take all the different artists. Some of them would be you guys. I think sometimes you guys would play on the Woodland thing, and I would just like cut them all up, put them together. It was fun, Also, I can comment. I can be like, "Hey, how's it going?" See, I can comment in the comments too. Ha ha ha. Oh, maybe I can't. Oh, what? Oh, I got to be here. Oh, I have to be here. Or maybe not. See, there I am. See, 6-second delay. 6-second delay. Although if you're watching it, it may have happened at exactly the same time. Oh, yes. I would. Remember that they would come in they'd be like, I want to play banjo. Yeah, I'd have to turn them sideways. And then they would, I'm not touching my camera like that, but halfway through their set, they'd be like, oh, it's sideways. I'd be like, no. And they would, and then I'd have to I'd have to change them again. I forgot about them turning it sideways. That was hysterical. I did that for months and months and months. I was there Thursday. And I remember Thursday night. Here, I'm going to show Blair. I want to show a picture of you in your action shot because it's on my phone and I think it's awesome. Here's Blair in his action shot. He's going to be. I don't know if I don't think he cares. Here's Blair. I love Blair's action shot. He's like, like he's getting up, like he's got to go, cut the wires to a bomb or something. I don't know. I thought it was like, he's like, I have to get a beer. I don't know. That was side of John's because that's the triangle that is my life, which is John's and then the theater and then here. That is the the triangle of my life. It's pretty funny. So anyway, that's all of the School of Rock stuff, which is plenty. In other news, Crown Royal has come out with a vanilla flavor, which I'm not drinking. Why am I not drinking it right now? I do not know. But even just water's good. Comic-Con is coming up. It's coming up they're doing the film fest. They're doing the Media Film Festival is going to be at the theater, I think, early April. And then the next weekend, it's going to be the Comic-Con. So it's going to be 2 weeks of films and all sorts of stuff. And then the Comic-Con is going to air Back to the Future, which, of course, we all know very well at this point. It has salted caramel? Holy fuck. Dude. Oh, and that's the other thing. Lunch Bunch. That little icon down in the corner there. Lunch Bunch. Here, I'll throw that one on in a big one. Here, I'll just make it my head. I'll be like this. Hello, I am Lunch Bunch. You should come and eat me on Wednesdays at noon and/or 1 at the Court Diner. Yes, it will be delicious. What kind of sandwiches? Perhaps a club or maybe a tuna fish sandwich. That's what you need to do. So there you go. There's Lunch Bunch, who sounds remarkably like our opening credits. So, yeah, that's on Wednesdays, and anyone's pretty much invited. If you just show up and hang out, then you can be part of the Delco Lunch Bunch, which is my own take on what do you call it? The Rotary Club. You know, it was like, I want like the Rotary Club. But here is one of the ads for. Hey, you. Do you feel like? Wow, it doesn't want to zoom or anything. All right, well that's big enough. Why not? There you go. So I'm not a vendor there, but I am a guest. I will be broadcasting from the Comic-Con at a table somewhere. I'm going to have to set up everything. Also, I need co-hosts because I'm going to be there over the course of like 8 hours, and I can't do this. I mean, luckily I'll be like, hey, Wonder Woman, hey, come on over here. What's that? Are you a Warcraft lady? Hey, come here. I like it. I will have people like that I can drag over and make it, once more content. So that's like, I think the 12th and the 13th over at the community center right here in the heart of Delco Media, Pennsylvania. And there I am in my Fat Science Officer number 2 outfit, complete with phaser and communicator, which you may have seen in one of the previous pictures. But aside from that, not a lot on the radar for Old Delco After Dark. I need to really start hunting down some guests, and like you may have read in the crawl that I may have put too much in the crawl. It may have gone out. But the Beer Media Triangle, yes. What other pictures do I have around here? But anywho, that's most of the what do you call it? The media theater / School of Rock thing, it's kind of weird. My phone does not want to show me any more of the pictures. That was kind of fun. I was having a little fun with that. Oh, well, why would anything continuously work the entire time? That's not how Dad works. Dad does not work by actually working all the time. It works by working most of the time, which is why things are there. That's pretty much it. Most of that stuff, the Delco Lunch Bunch on Wednesdays. School of Rock has one more week to go. And then the Comic-Con and the Film Festival in the beginning of April. That's going to be fun. I'm actually in one of the... See, I wish I had that to put that picture up. I'm actually in one of the films in the Film Fest. Ha-ha! My friend Oliver Azaran, who... his wife is Kate, who I played bass for this last summer over at her Ladies of Delco. Even though I was, I had the wrong chromosome for it, they let me sneak in. Her husband is a director and a writer of movies and stuff, and he made this movie called, I think, Runaway Bride. Not Runaway Bride, but I think it's called Mail Order Bride. I think it's what it's called. And he's working on a new one now called The Raven, which is, I think, or based on The Raven, let's say. And I have a very small extra role in that. as the piano player in the bar that the lady runs into. So she runs in, and I'm like, nah, 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 nah. And she goes, nah, and she's yelling behind me, and I'm like, what the fuck? What's up with that? And then I continue to fake play. Fake playing piano in a movie scene when the keys are live, let me tell you, it's really tough. Because you have to be like, you can't, you have to pretend to play, but you can't touch any of the keys. I mean, you can't even touch the keys. If you touch the keys, there is they could, ring out and do what they're supposed to do when they're touched, But so I had to pretend play for like, I don't know, an hour. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. I had my blue blazer, and I had a nice haircut for it, as opposed to whatever this is. And so yeah, if you go to the media movie festival by the MAC, by the Media Arts Council, like they're doing it 1 week at the Townhouse, and then they're doing another week at the Media Theater. I'm not sure which one Oliver's film is going to be at, but I'm going to be in one of them. So you can when you see me on. If you're there and you see me on the screen for a hot second, you have to yell out Matt Damon. Just, Matt Damon. That's what you got to do. I don't know. I just so that'll be fun. The arts festival. I mean the film festival will be fun, and the Comic-Con. I hope the Comic-Con goes okay. Like I said, I'm going to be broadcasting all day long from that thing. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a little bit crazy. I'm coming at you, like I said, once more, coming at you from the den, from the original den, from like the, what do you call it? I might be able to look that up. Let me see. No, it's not showing me the stuff I want to see. Oh, you know what? There's a shot. Here's a shot of School of Rock. It's actually a pretty good, fit to screen. Haha, I beat you. That's a really good shot, I think. That's all the adults in the show. That's not the kids have another. That's with the angel. And that's back when my Epiphone, I think, was still in one piece. That's the Angel of Rock with the white Epiphone, which really, really worked for that scene. So there you go. That's the stage, which I think looks spectacular. The colors are great. Hopefully you can hear everyone. And that record, there's a record on the right-hand side there, stage left, house right, and that record does, in fact, do the thing that you think a record should probably do. So there's that. That's pretty neat. What else I got here? Yes, I'm just sharing. I'm like a guy just sharing his family pictures, and you're stuck, and you're stuck. Fit the screen. There we go. And mom's back. Mom's back from the rehab center. Here's mom and me over at the rehab center, and she had a good time over there. She got a lot better. She had a good time. The place is gorgeous. If you've seen any of my tweets. I don't tweet. If you've seen any of my posts, then you know that that the place is really, really nice. I took her around, and there's mom having a good time over at the rehab center. I keep wanting to call it the recycling center, which is just the worst thing ever. It's like Soylent Green. I don't know exactly why I lean towards that. What else have I got sitting around here that's interesting to look at? I don't know. Not really. You guys have seen the new Greenmobile. It is very green, and they added. Here, I'll show you a quick picture of it. So one of the reasons that I need to make a new, what do you call it? I need to make a new opening is because it now has a different look to it. The wheels have been blacked out, the stripe has been replaced, and it's added like flat black on the sides. So I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. And because it was looking a little was beginning to look a little shabby. So now it's just like really, really sharp again. So very, very happy about what I believe it is extremely green. What I believe is the most iconic, car in media. Now this was, I think I already showed you. I showed you guys the eggplant thing last week with with JP, but I don't know if it came up as well as it would there. So that was going to be my costume for Comic-Con, but I changed it out at the last second to be for obvious reasons. Come on, that's a great outfit. Come on, you can't beat that. If I'm walking down the hall, you are noticing me. If I'm coming at you with that outfit, you got to admit it's a thing. It's a thing that happens, I've certainly worn stranger things, God knows. Oh wow, there's our. That's when we here. This is when we welcomed in 2022. This was at the end of 2021 when we welcomed in 2022, and that was our ball that we dropped, made of styrofoam. We spared no expense to give you the highest quality Delco After Dark. What do you call it? New Year's Eve. That if you weren't actually doing something, if you weren't down on State Street, which I used to help run the sound for. I go down there for years and years and years, and do the sound down at State Street for the ball drop, and anything else interesting? Oh, okay. So the two costumes that I was going to go with for the the Comic-Con were the eggplant, but then there was this one. But this one is a little over the top too. I mean, I think it's awesome. That is the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland, which I think is pretty top notch because he's got all the arms that fly off in every direction. But it's a little cumbersome to move in. So so there you go. Stupid but fun, which is our motto here. I'll tell you what. Hey, you want to see an old one? Here, check this out. You guys were around for this one. This was 2020. This is September 2020. We were just getting into the swing of things. I don't think we even have the sound effects block. Yes, this is Delco After Dark 2020, September 15th, actually. So we'd only been on the air for about, maybe like June, July, August, maybe like 4 or 5 months. So that's really, really early in the whole pantheon, if that's the word, and I'm using. He is a little handsy. That's good. That's a good one. I like that. But that's an old one with. Oh look, I have a Delco After Dark shirt. I'm using the old mic too. I'm using the old MX16, MX400. Excuse me. That's an MX400 mic. I could have used the phone. No, wait, that wouldn't work. Wait, would that have worked? I don't know. But this is yeah, that's the old days. Yep, that's the old days. So that's pretty much all the different Delco After Dark logos and other stuff. And there's me and Patty chilling out at the something. I got all sorts of shit. It was a crazy time. It's a crazy time back then. What else I got going on? All right, I got a couple minutes. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, I want to try and get someone next week when it's not freezing on the porch. Or maybe I will set up the Zoom again. I was going to have Matt Evans. Stop me if I've already told you this. Matt Evans is going to stop by. But I was like, I don't even remember how to do the Zoom. It's been so long. And I don't have that extra monitor that I would like run everything down. We would sometimes have like, 3, 4, maybe at 1.5 people, on the thing. So I don't know. It is sort of a dad retrospective, isn't it? Or just life, I guess. I don't know. But that's mostly it. I have... it's not due out anytime soon. I wouldn't expect to see it before July, probably, because it's in the really early stages. But the songwriting for it, for the next album, the KF album, is nearly done. Do I have an image of that? I don't know. I don't think I do. You think I would. But, the next album, do I not? How do I not? You figure I'd have it here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Speak of the devil. Yep, there it is. In fact, I'm just going to... Apparently, I can't adjust the size of it while I'm on the air. That's not... What if I go like that? There it goes. Can I do it now? There it goes. I can do it real time. Look at that. Boop. Here, I'll put it right over Nick's roast beef for a couple minutes. There you go. That's the next KF album out, Early Bird and the Night Owl. So that's hopefully July maybe, but no promises. But all the songs for it are done or nearly done. They just need to be. I have scratch tracks on them, and I've handed them out to drummers and bass players and daughters and friends and other people and people that want to sing on it, and people that want to tell me it's great, and people that want to tell me it's shit. But it's got like 13 tracks. I'm going to narrow it down to 10, which means I have to get rid of 3, which I hate doing. But that'll be ready in July, and I'm really happy with it because it's all brand new stuff. Like the past 3 years, I've released something. I released Hilltop in 2021, and then Y2KF in 2022, and then last year I did Abandoned Oddities. By the way, the one track from Abandoned Oddities has 250,000 downloads. It's 250,000 people all over the world on TikTok and the TikTokies, which might be illegal soon, have listened to it. What is the video that it's behind? I have no idea. It could be a guy shitting on a glass table in the dining room. I don't know. Maybe it's German, but I don't know. But they took one of my tunes, and actually they took a bunch of them, but this one especially, it had like 87,000 downloads in one day in Britain on one random day. So I would really love to know what my song is behind. But just the fact that it's back there is awesome. Now, getting some money for it would be cool too. I'd like that. Be kind of neat. But that's okay. Seriously, people ask me, am I because TikTok doesn't pay. Like the stuff from YouTube pays, Google, and of course Amazon and iTunes and Spotify, and they all pay. And over the course of the years with all my stuff, I've got like about 500,000 downloads, which is great. But the royalty checks are not super hot. But once more, I don't care. I never expected anyone to listen to any of my shit. So the fact that like a million years ago, my old girlfriend Colleen got me a what do you call it? An account with CD Baby, which puts it out to 200 or some odd, streamers and stuff, especially Amazon and iTunes. Like you can dial up New Folk right now. You can go listen to 100 songs on New Folk. I don't know why you would. But you can go listen to 100 New Folk songs on iTunes or Amazon or Spotify, like right this very second. And 50 of them from the last one are all instrumental. They're all goofy little instrumental things from my Ensoniq SD1 from the early 90s, which are cute for little background things. Like you need a tiny little piece of background music for something, some goofy little hunk of shit for that. I got you covered. Like the opening tune for this, that's called Z-Trip. In fact, the tune Delco After Dark is available on all these sites. You can own the full version of Delco After Dark without me singing Delco After Dark, opening montage. So it doesn't actually say that in the final version of the song. But the song is called Delco After Dark, and you can purchase that for 99 cents on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, or any one of those motherfuckers. Or you can use them in Facebook. Like if you dial, like when you make a video and you dial up anything, you can say New Folk, spelled with a K, KNEWFOULKE, and it will let you know that is also something that you can do, you can use in the background of your videos. That would be boop. There it is. That's how that happens. Boop. There it is. That's how you spell it. Nobody can spell it. But the one nice thing is when you have something that's spelled so unique and strangely that when you reach 20 years later, when it's the internet age, the com and the org are really easy to get because no one ever thought of spelling it like that. Problem is when you let that lapse, and I've told you this before, that a Korean casino will take it over. I had that for, I don't know, since 2007. So what is that? I don't know, like 13 years. And then I let the GoDaddy thing lapse for like a month or two before re-signing it or re-upping it, whatever you want to call it. And a Korean a Korean casino swept in and took my comm. So I dialed up. I went to buy it back or re-up it, and they're like, "Sorry, that site is taken." I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean it's taken?" And they're like, "Sorry, bro. You've got. I don't know what the currency in Korea is. I know it's not yen. I don't know what the currency is, but now you can go spend your hard-earned whatever over there." And I dialed it up, and it was a Korean casino. I don't know if it's still. It is. It's very rude. I don't know if it's still a Korean casino. But it sure as shit was when I went by there, and and it was a shock to me. I was like, oh. Now they didn't get the org, so I think I still have newfolk.org, but that just bounces you back to our to the Facebook page, I think, or it might bounce you to the Reverb Nation, which there's 85 tracks on Reverb Nation. A lot of them have to come off because they're legitimately, legal, ASCAP bought tracks. In fact, I'll get shut down. A lot of some of this show will not air musically in other countries because the tracks are not permitted because of copyright laws. Like the opening track Z Trip, that's a legitimate you need to buy or pay for tune. Same thing with Delco After Dark. Delco After Dark is like I can't play it now. Like I mean, here in America, I'm still getting away with it for the moment. A couple of years from now, those videos, like who's going to watch a video 4 years from now of this? They might be fully muted, and there's one video of me at the open air theater, not just me, but the whole crew at the open air theater putting together a stage for the Beach Boys, and I did a time lapse of it, and it's like 13 minutes long, and I put a ton of New Folk stuff behind it because it needed something because it had no sound, and I needed something that wasn't going to be flagged for whatever. And lo and behold, but I did that years and years and years ago. But now a lot of those old songs I put on that latest album, 50 tracks. Abandoned Oddities has 50 tracks on it. 4 of them are good. 4. But now if you go to watch that video, if you go back in my videos and find the OAT time lapse, none of it plays. 13 minutes, entirely flagged. None of it plays. Because it's all legitimate, Spotify / Amazon, iTunes, whatever. Which, whatever, that's cool. Looking out for the artists. I remember the one time that I was playing it on here, and I was playing. I forget where's my guitar. I'll go pick it up. I was playing some tune. It was really, really close to one of my album tunes. It was "Yesterday and You," which I never play, and it was apparently I did such a decent job covering my own shit that it blocked it. It blocked out my whole cover of my own song. And I was like, it's kind of a good joke. It's a little annoying, but, at the end of the day, it's a pretty good joke. I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm like, what the joke I was telling was, I appreciate that you are defending the artist. However, I'm the artist. So that's kind of like, who's it from Creedence? John Fogerty. John Fogerty was like, accused of stealing his own shit or something like that. I can't remember what it was, which, I steal my shit all the time. I'm like, I need a chorus here. And that one from that song I wrote 3 days ago, that'll work really good here. And it's going to work here again. It's like Taylor Swift. I hear Taylor Swift has like I don't know, hundreds of songs, and a lot of them use the same shit over and over, which I have no problem with because I am totally guilty. I'm totally guilty of that. Like the 3 things about Taylor Swift are she uses a lot of the same chords over and over. So do I. So does everyone. There's only a finite amount anyway. Number 2, she writes all her songs about her exes. Yeah, I don't do that all the time, do I, Jill? And then the third one is she's super nice to the people who work for her. And I would like to think that if I made $5, I would give 4 of it away, and so I would have enough to live. I don't know, but it'd be nice to think that. That's what I always loved about Bernie Sanders. It's like I don't always agree with the shit that Bernie Sanders does, but I'd like to think that if I had ended up in that sort of position, like, yeah, because I'd be a senator, that I would be seemingly as nice as he always seems he is. I always really respected him, as opposed to every other politician, pretty much pretty much every politician. I'm sure that there's 5 good ones. I don't know. I'm not going to get political. Not happening. That's for another show. And I don't mean another one of these shows. I mean another show entirely. Need a guest next week. Give me a buzz. Give me a call, or I'll hunt you down. Lisa, you can come on. I don't even care if you drink strange sodas or not. I don't care. How about jelly beans? Would you eat a strange jelly bean? Would you do that? So we'll drag someone. Hopefully it won't be freezing because it's the end of friggin' March, and it should be starting to get a little... God, I hate March. Is March everyone's least favorite month? What's your least favorite month? Put it in the chat. Mine is March. It's always been March, and I'll tell you why. It rains. April showers. But, it rains in March too. March was always cold to me. There was usually always snow on the ground back when I was a mailman, and it would rain. And you ask a mailman, what's the worst? Is it the heat? Is it the snow? Is it this? No, it's a freezing rain. Freezing rain is the worst. It soaks through, because no matter how good your shit is, maybe it's better now. Like I had a Gore-Tex coat, and Gore-Tex was as good as it gets. And even that would, Cajun Easter Fest, hot damn. But everything would soak through eventually, especially into your shoes. Your feet would be wet, they'd be cold, and you'd still have like 3 hours to go sorting mail out on the route, and it just sucked. Especially if you were running late, and the sun is going down at like 4:30, and you literally have to stand in front of people's lights, porch lights to sort the mail, because you're like, what? I want to go home. Yeah. But for the most part, I liked being a mailman. I enjoyed it. If I'd stayed there, I wouldn't have to do this bullshit now. I could be retired. I'd be sitting on a beach upper shore. I mean, it'd still be cold. I wouldn't be sitting on the beach at all. That's not how that's going to work. But, that's where it came from. Yeah, it came from post office guys. We had rules, dude, that, if you saw someone crazy come in, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not like, people have heard me tell this joke / not joke, but I won't do it. I won't do it here. I'll tell you face to face, but we had rules that, if you saw someone crazy, there was, you did 1, 2, 3, and 4, because back then, like, post office guys were the kids do it in schools now, which is terrible. But it didn't happen in schools. Not until Columbine, not that I ever heard of. But it happened in post offices all the friggin' time. There's a guy in Jersey came in with a fucking samurai sword. Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? There was names of offices that you didn't even say. Like there's one in a state in the middle of this country that you don't even say the name of that one. It was so horrible. Oof. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about this amazing album that's coming out. And if you truly would like to help work on this with me, at the very least, just help listen to them and go, you know what, this works here. I don't think that, like, even if you've got no music, like, if you don't want to play an instrument or sing a song or anything like that, and just want to help listen to these and crowdsource them a little bit and go, you know what, this flows here, but I think this is a little long there, and whatever. Just feel free to ask me, or I can just literally I can put the Dropbox in the link like right now, and you guys can help crowdsource this thing, because I'm really proud of a lot of these ones, and they're all brand new. That's, like I said, the other ones, they were holdovers from years ago, like the one, like the Y2KF, even though it was just released, last year or the year before, that a majority of that was recorded in 2000, which is why it's called Y2KF, which I think is kind of clever. Songs for a New Century, because they were all recorded in like the year 2000, 2001. Will do. Oh, Lisa, you're gonna cut me to ribbons, though, Lisa. But I love you for it. Be like, well, this is spelled wrong. The weir has to have an apostrophe in it. God damn it! I'm the worst texter. I don't know why I'm looking here. I'm the worst texter ever. I apologize for anyone that I've ever texted. It's so bad. It's so bad. Hey, look at that. 11:28. I have no idea how I do this shit. It works better with a friend, and I don't know if you've read. I don't know if nearly 4 years of this bullshit, and you were here to watch and listen to most of it from Patty. I don't know if the scroll told the whole story that I wrote, or if it eventually just cut it off. But one of the things is, when you have a friend to do something with, especially like go running or biking in the early part of the day, it's so much easier to have it when you have someone with you, because you're just like, I want this. Oh my God. Bob's going to, this is me acting. Bob's going to be there. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I want to go. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's get dressed. Let's go do some running. Yay, fuck this shit. And then you go out, and eventually you have a good time. End scene. See, I could have done that shit. It's not that hard, Blair. You think you're fucking, you think you're all that? Nah, he is. He's great. I love that guy. But it's so much easier when you have a partner in crime to do things with. I mean, anything, almost anything. Like seeing a movie. You see a movie by yourself, it's great. And I've seen tons of movies by myself, like in a theater, and I love it. But when something phenomenal happens and you're like, yo, did you see? Oh, there's nobody there. It's always neat to have somebody to enjoy the experience with. People always ask me, yes, people stop me on the street all the time. Duh. People sometimes ask me, what is it like to have kids? Because I have 3 of them, in case you didn't know. The one used to sit right behind me back here and play his games while we would do this in what feels like yesterday, but was like 4 years ago. And people would say, what's it like having kids? And I would be like, you ever watched a movie and you really like the movie and you want to show it to your friend, and then you show it to your friend and you've already seen it and you know the good parts and the bad parts, but you're watching them watch it, and you re-experience the movie while your friend who hasn't seen it watches it. And that's what being a parent is. When you have kids, you're doing all these things with them that you've already done, but they haven't done them yet. And it's very, if you've ever watched a movie with someone, you saw it and they didn't see the movie, that is exactly what it's like. That, and of course, them, carving their initials into your car and other things, Thank you, Ed. That's it, people. Holy shit. How the hell did I do that? And how the hell did you stay here for it? You people crazy. Let me see. Hold on. All right. This is probably really deadly. Boom. Let's see if that actually goes on the thing as a link. I don't know if it'll go as a link that you can click on or not. Yeah, you might be able to. So I don't think you can actually change things, so don't worry about that. But the PDF at the end is like all 13 tunes with the lyrics, with the chord sheets. Some of them are way more done than others. Most of them are just scratch tracks. And I got to thank my friend Pam. I was working with something and having her, I sent her a copy of No. One of the tunes is called No. 2 or 3 of them sound very similar, so probably one of those is going to go. But then I just sat down and just did scratch tracks for the rest of them. They're super basic. They're not mixed properly. Nothing to them, but the bare bones is there. Have a listen if you feel like it. Give it a shot, especially Early Bird and Night Owl. I really think that's a cute tune. Also, the fact that the chorus is just a modulated version of the verse. I don't know if that comes across when you hear it, but the verse is like in D, and then the chorus is just a modulated version of that in G. But vocally and the melody of it is so different that I think it works. But you tell me. You tell me. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I need a guest for next week. I can't do this every week, but I thank you so much for hanging out. 9? How am I supposed to go with 9 viewers? Jesus Christ. Somebody, Jesus, 9? I'm supposed to turn it off with 9 viewers? Oh my God. I'll go to, stay tuned. I'll be right back. Everybody, welcome back to Delco After Dark. I just couldn't. Oh wait, it went down to 3. Oh, see 3. 3, I can leave. See, I mean, but it said 9 for a hot second. I'm like, I'm not gonna leave 9 people hanging. That's a pretty decent number. Although I see Marky get like tons of them, like Lisa too. I see you guys get like tons of them still, which is amazing. After all these years. Boop, doop, boop, boop, bada, boop. Okay. So anyway, all right. At this point, okay, 3. I'll leave on 3. I'm gonna go to Wawa and get a cup of coffee because I need it apparently. Hope your basement was dry. Mine was not. Again, I need some work done on 3 people watching. It's probably like 3 people watching. Like one guy, like 9 things. You should see all the pictures I have over here on the side of my screen as I was over the course of the day tonight. Like, so here's another picture. Here's another picture. Here's another picture. I like that. I don't really get a chance to do that. I used to do a lot more of that when I was like producing for Patty, when that really short time scale from like the end of May until the beginning of July. It was this very short, like I think 6-week period that I was producing this show, and I would like be looking up all the stuff on Google or putting up the pictures and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed taking it over too, but I really liked producing. That was fun. So tune in next week. If that link works, just cut and paste it and put it in, and it should take you to that and have a listen if you feel like it. Like I said, there's a couple. Lighthouse. I love Lighthouse, but it's like, it's too long. It's got too much to say, and I keep cutting it down and cutting it down and cutting it down, and I may have to get rid of it. But I love the chorus and the bridge of it so much. But sometimes you just gotta let shit go. Like there's tunes I have that when I was younger, my tunes could be 5.5 minutes long, and I'd be like, well, that's just what it is. Well, no, you don't want that. I mean, you could totally do like, Shine On You Crazy Diamond, but, I think more, it's better to keep around 3.5 minutes. You know, you guys that write, how long is your shit? I'm guessing it's around 3.5. Maybe 4, maybe 4.5. But once you get above that, you need something that dramatically changes, I think. You know, and one of those does. Puzzle, I think, or Puzzle Pieces, whatever. It does two verse choruses of one thing, and then it ridiculously changes into another song. Or I have a song called, what do you call it? I could probably play it. Mariner Song. The end of Mariner Song is like a sea shanty. So it is a very, very different song than the first 2 minutes of it. So it could last 4 minutes or so, and it's fine because, like, Yes does this all the time. You can go listen to Hold On by Yes off of 90125 or anything off of Yes back in the day, like Fragile, Close to the Edge. And these are songs, but these are like 9 songs. These are like, like, you know, Roundabout. Roundabout's like 9 fucking songs. It's not one song. It is. It's like one song like slammed together. You know, Floyd was great for that, especially with like side 1, side 2 of like Animals or The Wall or The Final Cut. And The Final Cut doesn't nearly get the respect that it deserves because that shit. Yeah, don't listen to it when you're sad, or you're gonna find it like you're gonna run out into traffic. Jesus Christ! But great album. And that's my album review. Don't go run into traffic. I don't know. And with that, we will call it a night. Thank you, everyone, and hope you have a great rest of your weekend. It looks like it's going to dry out. Hopefully the weather's going to stay nice, and get your ass on over here. Let's open up some boxes of stuff, drink some strange sodas, except for Lisa, I guess. Okay, fine. You don't have to drink a strange soda. Fine. You're eating a jelly bean, though. Okay. All right, everybody. Catch it.
I wanna know how it feels. You don't know how it feels. You don't wanna know how it feels. I would never wish that on you. No, how it feels, yeah. You don't know how it feels. Now I said, thank you, everybody, good night. Thank you, everybody, good night. Delco Quarantine Open Mic. Delco Quarantine Open Mic. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Turn until Delco late night. Right. Carl and all these other dudes, I don't know, they be talking crazy shit. Last time it was about a snowblower. Carl crashed his bike. Yeah, his knee was torn up. I never seen, I seen worse. He's alright. But check out Carl. Delco late night quarantine open mic. Alright. Thank you.